Hi, welcome to my creative corner. Today I'm going to be talking about the Stamparatus, and this stamping tool is sold by Stamping Up, and this is a tool to use instead of your clear blocks, and this helps you to get precise images. And so we're going to go over a couple things with the Stamparatus. First, when you get your Stamparatus, it comes with two removable plates, and they are reversible, so you have 4 sides to use. So they're on hinges. They come with 2 magnetic bars, and I just have one here. These are quite strong. I kind of keep them separated, and I just have a little bit of washi tape on this to help me easily pick this up. It comes with a foam pad, and that foam pad is in place because when you use your photopolymer stamps and your red rubber stamps, for the red rubber stamp, they have its own cushion, so you're not going to need the pad for this. But the once you're using your photopolymer stamps, then you need the red rubber. So underneath this foam pad, you have the grid paper. This is not removable. Stampin' Up do sell grid paper smalls to this size that you could use, that's disposable. All right, so I'm going to show you here without the black foam pad. So you have your red rubber stamp here, and then you have your photopolymer here. So if you use it without here, you kind of have to press in to pick this up. So it really won't necessarily pick it up if you don't press in deep enough, okay? And then it gives you a better stamp image, okay? So you want to use this when you're using your clear photopolymer stamps. Okay, so it's going to give you a better image. It picks it up easier there. And with the Stamparatus, it comes with some storage area to the back of it that you store your dies. So you have these 2 spots right here that you could store your magnetic dies. So we're going to go over a couple techniques with the Stamparatus. And 2, they have, so you're going to have the 2 sides with the hinges, then you have 2 sides that open that you could put your larger or your longer pieces of paper in. So now with this, let's go ahead and do some stamping here. So we're going to be using some photopolymer stamps, and we're going to go ahead and use a sentiment saying happy birthday on that. And so then you close your plate over that, rub that, and then you pick up your stamp. And then you want to go ahead and use your magnet to hold that corner down. If you have the little stamping spots, it's a little better to use on your, that's how I store mine. It's a little easier to use on your stamp, so you don't get, it's not going to be as messy. Let's see, did I open this one here as yet? No, not yet. So let's get one that I use here that's open. Excuse me. So this is quite easier, you know, so it's smaller area that, you know, you could use and stamp that up, and it won't get let's see if this have any juice in there. Yeah, all over the plates. So let's go ahead, we're gonna stamp that. And what's so nice about it, if it doesn't ink up or stamp as you would like it, you could restamp it. Just like this area here is, you have some spots, so you could go down and press again and see if the ink would pick up. And there. And then so you could move your hinge down. See if you want another one. And these hinges is like an inch. So you could do hinge stamping, as we would call it, but your stamp would have to be just an inch here and no lot bigger than an inch. And then so you could come down here and you could stamp here again. And so you could try to get like a gradient in color if you want, like a lighter color, like a second generation stamp. And then you could come down here. And so then if you change your mind and say, hey, I want that a little darker, you could re-ink your stamp. And let's go back up here. And let's make that a little darker. And it's stamped right in the same space. So it didn't come out to the edges or anything like that. And you could continue and carry that down throughout that paper. Okay, so you could do, say for instance, you could put, if you needed another writing, if you want something to come in here, you could put your a stamp set right in here, a sentiment right in here too as well. Okay, but we're gonna come in and we're gonna stamp down here, and I'm gonna put this little candle right here, and the light here per se. Let's see, and then we're gonna go ahead and pick that up. And let's see what colors we're going to use. And I'm just going to use this stamp dot right here, stamping spot. And I'll just use a lighter color up here. And that one. Let's see how that comes out. Okay, and you're gonna kind of move this down the line here. And so also what you could do is you have that little space there. You could redirect your image. If you want to fill in those spaces, you could put it right there in that center and come back down the line too as well. Okay. So there's so many ways of doing that. All right. And so this is, you could also use this for multiple cards. So if you making a lot of happy birthday cards, so you could just take that out and it's in the same position, put your other layer in here, and then you stamp it down like that, save you time. Okay. And let's see, if you wanted like to use for a solid background where you use your larger stamps. And let me see what I put my solid background. All right, so I have this hardwood grain here for a background. So we're gonna go ahead and again close. So this has the rubber foam on there, so you don't really need this pad. So we're gonna pick that up. And let's see if I have another sheet of paper here to use. We're gonna bring this in, and so we're gonna go ahead and stamp up this large stamp. Now this would be hard to get if you use just a clear block to get precisely right in the same spot without messing it up. So this Stamparatus works beautiful with that. So we're gonna come in and rub that all around. Okay, and let's try to get some over on this side. And let's re-ink that. I'll re-ink that. So you can't really do this with just a clear block. Let's see, on this side it's not coming out there. Oh, you know what? I have this scrap piece of paper have some adhesive on it. That's why it's not transferring over. Okay, so that is why. And I'm here killing myself saying, why is it not working? All right. So that is that with that. Okay, so that's for your background, your larger stamps that you could use this with. And this just wipes off here. All right, so next up, what we're gonna do is reverse or mirror imaging. Let's get that up. And what we're gonna need is our silicone mat for reverse imaging. And we're gonna take this shoe right here, and let's see, with this photopolymer we need our foam back down. We'll take this and get our shoe, and I'm just using Memento black ink on this. And see, when you don't use the stamping spot, you kind of get that smudge there on your paper, and usually it doesn't transfer over to your work. And I just want that a little darker. Let me see if I have another scrap piece of paper. I'm gonna stamp that one more time so it could get a little darker. Alrighty, I'm gonna bring in a scrap piece of paper, put that down. Just gonna press on this. See if it picks that up on the other side. And there you go. That's the reverse image of that, right? Because if we were to, let's just bring this down here a little bit. So you have that there and then that there. So if you want to take your die cut and cut that out, you have an image on both sides. So what we're going to do is bring this down a little bit, and then we'll put this on that to just show you that we have both in. So you could use your reverse image, get reverse images with this using your silicone mat. Alrighty. And also we could do, let's see here, like if you wanted to produce a lot, like if you're making a lot of stamp little images and you have your die cut, say for instance, on this little koala bear right here on the Bonanza Buddies, we have little die cuts for that. And if you want to mass produce a lot of those, what you could do is go ahead and run this little guide through your die machine and cut it out, okay, like this. And then let's just put this down here, and we're going to keep our mat, since this is for the Palmer that we're going to be using. Get this shoe out of the way here, and this is our little buddy right here. So you're going to put him in the little negative space that you cut out, and then close the door down and then pick him up, okay? And then if you have like cutout images of him, let's see if I find my cutout images here. Okay, so we're gonna go ahead and show you how we do die cut placement to get a pretty accurate stamp. So we have the die, we cut this die out, so we have that negative space, and we have our guide that we already put in there to get there, to see if we get him placed right in that die cut space. And then another thing which is good to practice to do is put your a case to the back here. So once you have a flat platform, okay, so it don't really give you know, press like that. You want a steady platform, okay? So what we're gonna do is ink him up with some basic gray. And we're gonna place one of our this die cut guy here within that space, and we're gonna go ahead and stamp him. Okay, so he did not come out as dark as I would like, or I should say he have some missing areas. So we're gonna re-ink. Re-ink and try again. Okay, that came out much better. Okay, so then that's how you're gonna do it. So you could what you could do is just cut out plenty of these, and you just put them in and stamp, put them in stamp. All right, and then let's see, also what you could do is you could make your own background. All right, so let's put down another piece of cardstock. Get this little guy out of the way. And here we go. And let's see what dies we're gonna use here for the Palmer. And let's hold that down with our magnet. And then we have some butterflies here. So let's just randomly place these, and so you could create your own background. And you could even put a sentiment in there if you would like. I'm just throwing some stuff together to give you an idea. The stuff that you could create, or the techniques that you could use using the Stamparatus. So again, once you get it placed where you would like, you're going to go ahead and close down the plate. Pick those up. You know, some people use the 2 magnets, but sometimes it is a little bumpy and it gets in the way. All right, I'm gonna go ahead and use, let's see, one of these, let's use black Memento. And then if it doesn't transfer, the ink doesn't transfer the first time around, you re-ink it and then you stamp it down. The beauty of the Stamparatus. Let's re-ink. And give that a good press, good rub. Okay, came out not bad. So if you want it darker, you could re-ink and go again. So that's pretty much the gist of it, and it's so many different ways or so many different techniques you could use with the Stamparatus. Thank you for tuning in. Please like, share, subscribe, and I'll try to bring you a video once a week. Happy stamping.